What is going on, everyone? We will be doing a virtual lap of the Baku City Circuit. Normally when you see these, you'll be seeing guys in F1 cars going around circuits like these, or showing off the circuit in F1 vehicles. I've decided to do something a little different, and this will be showing what the young drivers in Formula 2 will be having to go through in tackling this circuit. So first off here, we're going to be starting off down the really long front straightaway here. So now here, going into turn one, probably one of the best overtaking spots on the circuit. You're going to need a good exit, and with the Formula 2 cars, it's very easy to spin up the rear tires, get some oversteer coming out of this corner. Turn number two is another possible overtaking opportunity should there be the car in front have a terrible exit out of turn one, or a rough exit out of turn one. Going into this corner, you're going to want to get on the brakes, roll through the corner, and then have a very good exit off of the corner here. It's imperative to get a very good exit here, because without a good exit here, you do lose a lot of time down the straight in qualifying, and you can lose positions in the race. Now coming up to turn three, it is probably another one of the great overtaking spots on the track. Again, just like turn two, get on the brakes, roll through the corner. Though this time you want to be careful of the curb on the inside, because there is not much runoff area or space on the outside. So hitting the curb can unsettle the car and potentially force you into a wall. Now heading into turn four again, hard on the brakes. Here, you're going to want to be careful, let the car roll through. My mistake here is that I go way too deep into the corner, compromising my exit. Now the turn 5-6 chicane, just after the end of the first sector, you'll need to go tight into turn 5 to be able to get a good entry into turn 6. But as you can see here, that's not as easy as it looks here. It's a little too late on the brakes. Not deep enough into the corner, which compromises my entry into 6, causing me to lose some time. And in this case, compromises my entire corner and actually causing me to tap the wall. So typically out of 5, you're going to want 5 and 6, you're going to want a great exit to head down into 7. This one, you won't see any overtaking here in Formula 1. However, Formula 2, if someone is very bold, they could be able to pull something off if they get a good exit out of 6. This is a corner you want to be very careful on the throttle. It's very easy to spin up the rear tires, get some oversteer, and lose some time. Now, coming into the castle section, I paused it here particularly because if you see here, you're going to be looking at the entrance into 6. There is a bolted down curb. Now, for the actual Grand Prix and race this weekend, they've actually removed that bolted curb, and it's just going to be a simple painted on curb down along the wall. So that is going to allow for much greater entry speeds into the castle section. However, you still can't carry too much speed in this section, as it is very tight, and it's very, very easy to put these cars into the wall. So now 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are very smooth and flowing corner section. You need to be able to chain these together well, or otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of time. Here you can see I was way too wide on the exit of... I didn't really hit the apex of 12, compromising my exit for this, and now down into the section of turns 13 and 14, I'm going to lose a bit of time here. This section here is full flat out. Make sure to pick your lines right, heading down into turn 15. Now this corner is very important to get the braking right, and don't try to be too much of a hero on the brakes, as you can lock up and put the car straight into the wall here. Again, another one of those corners because you want to be careful of the curb, because that will unsettle the car and potentially put it into the wall. Coming out of 15, you're going to have turn 16, where this corner, it's very important to get your exit right. It's very important to get your exit right here, because you're going to have a very long run, about a kilometer or just a bit more than a kilometer long run down to turn 1. So after 16, you have 17 through 20. Now all of these corners are going to be typically flat out even throughout F1 or F2. What's one thing to note for F1 here, turn 19, this was shown in a graphic from provided by Red Bull Racing, is that in F1 you're going to want to they're going to be deploying energy right around turn 19, because any earlier than this point, they will typically run out of energy before turn 1. So now coming out of 19, full flat, down into 20. Open up DRS. Continue to run to the line, and that is a lap of the Baku City Circuit.